Hey Kipsters, today we're going to review something from Unit 1 about what makes an experiment valid. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to determine the validity of experiments. Let's get started. So when we remember back all the way to 5th grade, that an experiment must have a testable question. Remember this? Have a question that you asked and you want to make it better? You need something you can change and something you can measure. Remember, a testable question has to have something you can change, the independent variable, and something you can measure, the dependent variable. So let's take a look at these questions. Are they testable or not? The first one, does the temperature of water affect the activity level of goldfish? What do you think? If you said this is testable, you are correct. It has something we can change and something we can measure, the activity level. What about the next one? Does sunlight affect how fast bacteria grows? Testable or not? If you said testable, you are correct. The sunlight is something we can change, and we can measure how fast the bacteria grows. We would measure that. Let's try the last one. How does bacteria grow? Nope, this one is not testable. It's not testable because I don't have anything I can change or anything I can measure. It would be fun to research, but it's not a testable question for an experiment. Next, an experiment must have a variable. It must have something that we can change. There are two types of variable. The independent variable, what the scientist changes in an experiment, and the dependent variable, what the scientist measures in an experiment. So the independent variable, we might change the amount of fertilizer, and we would measure the height of the plant. Let's take a look. The last part is that the experiment must have a control if comparing what effect the variable has. A control is the group that does not receive the independent variable. It's important to remember it does not receive the independent variable. We'll take a look at a couple of examples. Maria does an experiment to test if a new vaccine or type of medicine reduces the amount of students who get the flu each winter. What is the independent variable? The independent variable here would be the vaccine. This is what she is testing. The dependent variable would be the number of students who get the flu. So the amount of students who get the flu. So amount of students with flu. Okay? And then finally the control. Well, in order to control in this experiment, she should have one group that doesn't receive a vaccine. Maybe they receive a sugar pill or something else so that they don't actually get the medicine. So the control group here would be a group that does not receive the vaccine. Let's try another one. This time you do this one. The question is, does the type of liquid affect the amount of evaporation? Take a look here at what the experiment looks like. Fill in the independent variable, dependent, and control. Finally, a valid experiment has multiple trials. You should complete an experiment at least 3 times in order for the results to be valid. The best experiments have multiple trials. You guys are going to practice on your paper today and then complete your exit ticket. If you have not mastered this on Unit 1 test, you'll have the opportunity to retest for a higher grade, which will improve your overall science grade. Good luck!